To tell the story of 2025's Topolino, we must first travel far back. The name Topolino means little mouse in Italian affectionate, small, humble. In 1936, Fiat launched its first Topolino. The Fiat 500 kind of meant to bring affordable mobility to Italians in a recovering economy. Through wars, through reconstruction, through decades of automotive evolution, Topolino became a whisper, a symbol of quaint, modest cars. But times changed. Big sedans, SUVs, performance machines dominated. The spirit of tiny charm was mostly relegated to vintage shows, dusty garages, and memory. Yet in 2022 to 2023, Stellantis Fiat's parent group quietly began to explore a radical idea. Resurrect not the 500 of the 1950s, but the name Topolino itself, and with it, a new class of ultra-compact electric mobility. Their mission: design a city EV that's not just efficient, but emotionally resonant. A car that channels Italian soul. They drew inspiration from microcars and quadricycles, light electric vehicles with limited speed in Europe. They studied beach cars, rope-door open variants, the romantic era of coastal drives. The 2025 Topolino would blend nostalgia and modern constraints in no highways. Low power, but a strong statement. Imagine engineers in Turin debating, how can we make people fall in love with small again? They decided, less is more. Every line, every piece of trim, every decision had to feel intentional. They reclaimed the name Topolino, not as a replica, but as a spiritual successor. Small in size, big in personality. Now we come to the heart. What makes the 2025 Topolino more than a cute concept? Electric Hearten limits. The Topolino is classified as a quadricycle in many European. It uses a modest electric motor. Estimates suggest approximately 5 PS. Its battery pack is likely around 5.4 to 5.5 kilowatt hours. For the heart of the city, or a coastal promenade, charging from a domestic socket might take 3 to 4 hours, so overnight isn't a problem. Lightweight, simple architecture doors are replaced by rope barriers or open frames, maximum openness. That reduces weight, complexity, and cost. The rollback canvas roof in some Dolce Vita or beach car trims lets the wind in, evoking vintage beach cruisers. Inside, you'll find just what you need. 2 seats, basic instrumentation, space for small luggage. No overkill, no frills. Design. Retro meets modern. The exterior styling channels the spirit of old. Fiat 500s in classic microcars, with round headlights, smooth curves, pastel color palettes. But the face is modern. Clean LED lights, minimal badging, subtle cues to futurism. Its compact footprint allows tight turning radius. Imagine navigating alleyways and alleys with ease. Regulation and audience because of its classification. In some countries, it's legal for younger drivers. Some regions allow 14. It's not just mobility, it's freedom for new segments. And the cost? Fiat aims to keep it extremely accessible. Perhaps affordable monthly leases, subscription models, or city-oriented sales. Surprising features in Dolce Vita or open trims. The Topolino may include small extras, weatherproofing, modular accessories, bike racks, picnic attachments, custom color schemes, rope accents. Some press previews describe the absence of conventional doors as a feature. Not a limitation, it's playful, expressive, very Italian. Cultural echoes and pop references in recent concept reveals Goodwood. It also taps into beach car nostalgia like the Fiat Jolly from the 1950s, which used rope doors and open frames for Mediterranean drives. So when you see it, there's déjà vu, but it's not a simple remake. It's an evolution. In some underwhelming on paper, but profoundly deliberate in soul, this is not raw horsepower, it's poetic motion. But no resurrection is without struggle. The Topolino's path is littered with conflicts, regulatory, commercial, and emotional. Speed and use restrictions because it's limited to approximately 45 kilometers per hour. It can't run on highways or high-speed roads. Critics argue, that's not enough for real mobility, only usable on secondary roads and city streets. Some lawmakers question safety in mixed traffic with faster vehicles. In congested cities, you risk being an obstacle or hazard. Commercial viability, the micro-EV space is crowded. Other small electric vehicles, scooters, e-bikes, and urban transports vie for attention. Can a novelty car like the Topolino survive the cost pressures, maintenance, and regulatory hurdles? Fiat must reconcile low margins, subsidy dependencies, and consumer skepticism. Safety and perception, open frames, rope doors romantic? Yes, but potentially risky. Some jurisdictions may balk at compliant seat belts, crash regulations, KETIC. Critics accuse the design of being more toy than vehicle. If a collision occurs with heavier traffic, can it protect occupants sufficiently? Market pushback and enthusiast resistance purists might argue, why not revive the classic 500 instead? Nostalgia versus practicality. Some see this as a gimmick, a PR stunt. Early skepticism. Will real buyers adopt it beyond early adopters and media attention? Delayed launches, compliance delays, rumors of licensing holdups in certain countries. In markets outside Europe, regulatory approval for quadricycles is complex. Some initial orders may be postponed or canceled if safety certifications lag. Twist. Heritage versus identity conflict. The name Topolino carries weight. Some legacy fans may see this new microcar as dishonoring the lineage. Will the new Topolino become a cult icon or a footnote, a failed experiment? In many ways, this is more than a car. It's a bet. Can the romantic imaginations of designers survive market reality? The 2025 Fiat Topolino reminds us, sometimes the boldest move isn't to drive fast, but to return small, humble, full of soul. It challenges our assumptions. Mobility must be big, powerful, roaring. Instead, soft, quiet, intimate. Will it reshape how we move in cities? Will it become a symbol of gentle mobility in an aggressive world? Or will it live as a beautiful experiment, a whisper in automotive history? I leave you this question. If you had a Topolino, would you drive it through your city every day, or keep it as a story to tell? If you're curious about more automotive resurrections, classic revivals, or EV surprises, subscribe, ring the bell, and join me on the next ride. Up next, when Lamborghini revived its 1970s legend in 2027, the ultimate retro supercar.